I've got a couple of parcels to open with you, so I thought I'd use that one to get that in. But I got another pair. UK Max. That's it. Do a beautiful little arabesque. So every cloud and all that. Good morning, guys, and welcome to this week's vlog. And yeah, I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you for all your lovely comments on my other vlogs and my other videos that have gone up. I really feel like my YouTube channel is building a little bit of momentum. And yeah, you guys are just all so lovely. If you leave a comment, if you watch, if you're just a silent watcher, I appreciate you all. It's just amazing. Thank you, because I've enjoyed creating the content so much, and yeah, just to see that people are enjoying it means like the absolute world. And someone put a comment today saying something like, it feels like talking to a friend or listening to a friend on the videos, and that is exactly how I feel when I'm talking to you guys on the camera, and it's such a lovely feeling. So thank you again. I hope you're doing really well. I've still got the remnants of this yucky cold thing that occurred on Christmas Day, and we are now on the 7th of January, so it is a lingering one, unfortunately. But today is just a normal working day for me. I am going to the hospital later on today for a chest x-ray for like a lingering chest problem, so yeah, we'll be doing that. But other than that, it's just a normal working day. But I did pop the camera on for a reason. I have started drinking matcha, and I could never find like a matcha that I actually liked. Like, it always tasted kind of a bit bitter and grassy to me. But someone recommended the Perfect Head matcha. I'll show you when I go downstairs the actual packet, and I'll pop it in the description, because the best place to buy it is on Amazon. It's actually cheaper. Like in Holland Bar it was around £15, and on Amazon I think it was like £7. But it doesn't taste like grassy, it doesn't taste bitter, it's really nice. So tomorrow when I make my matcha, because I realised I already made it this morning, I'll actually show you how I make it, because I make it in my velvetizer, but you could make it in a milk frother or in a pan, or you don't really need any special equipment. But this is actually the chocolate one, and it just tastes absolutely delicious. It tastes like, it literally tastes almost like a Cadbury's hot chocolate, you know, like the powder one. But yeah, it obviously is matcha, and yeah, it's just a game changer. I've been wanting to get into sort of matcha for a while, because apparently it doesn't spike your blood sugar like coffee does, and I can often feel a little bit like rattly and edgy when I have coffee and stuff. So I've been wanting to try that. I had one yesterday and the day before, and I didn't feel like it spiked me or made me feel anxious or anything. The only thing is, I didn't feel like it made me feel like particularly awake either, so maybe that's something I'm going to have to think about and balance. But so that's a long way of saying that I've tried matcha. I've got a couple of parcels to open with you. The day after New Year's Day, we went to Selfridges in Birmingham, because we both had days annual leave, and I had a hospital appointment at the QE in Birmingham. So after that, we went to Selfridges because it's quite close by. And I was looking for a teddy coat, because it's something that I'm missing in my wardrobe, like a long teddy coat, and I've wanted for a really long time. And I can never find one that doesn't kind of look a bit misshapen or kind of like cheap. Like, I know they're often made of polyester, and polyester doesn't always look cheap, but for some reason, like when I try a teddy coat on, it always looks a bit, I don't know what it is. But anyway, I tried on a teddy coat from Max Mara. Now, if you know the brand Max Mara, it's a premium luxury designer, Italian designer, and they're famous for their teddy coats. Anyway, I shouldn't have tried this coat on, because now I am ruined for all other teddy coats, because this is the creme de la creme. I didn't realise they're actually made from alpaca, like wool. Some of them are made from camel hair. Yeah, if you have if it's something you own or have ever looked at, it's quite different. The fiber's very different to like your standard polyester teddy coat. However, the price is obviously ridiculously different. So the one I tried on in Selfridges, and I wish I'd taken a video of it, because I obviously can't remember now like exactly what it looked like, and I can't show you guys on the screen, but I will go back and try it on again. And I also want to go to Bicester Village, so I'll definitely vlog that when we do go there, because I know they've got Max Mara there, so I might be able to pick it up cheaper. But the coat was 2,700. Now I would never ever spend that on a coat, like even if I was like a millionaire. Well, never seen that. Maybe if I was a millionaire, but in Bicester Village often they do them at half price, which is around 1,300. So if I could find one, then I think I'm going to basically save up for it and try and get it in the summer, because that's the type of coat that I will wear literally from the moment it gets cold, sort of like November, end of November, right through until the beginning of March. And I literally would wear it every single day. I know I'm like trying to justify it to myself, and I haven't bought it yet. But if I can save up for it and literally put the money aside specifically for that coat, and it's not for anything else, obviously that's if, you know, like nothing else comes up big, like with the dogs or anything like that. But I'm going to maybe get this coat for Bicester Village. That's like my aim for this year, to wear it in the winter, because honestly, when I tried it on, it was like the lightest thing ever when you actually wear it. But it was so warm, so beautiful, looked stunning. Like, it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's something that I really feel like I would value way over like a handbag or another luxury purchase like that. So anyway, the saving has started. So hoping, famous last words, to not be buying too much unnecessary things, clothes and stuff like that, because I really want to save up for this particular coat. Or luxury unnecessary things, I'm going to try and put it towards that coat. That is the aim. Sorry, that was so long-winded, wasn't it? So the first one I've got is from Sephora. Just two things. It's not really that exciting, but I got this spray. So this is a setting spray. I love a setting spray, especially like a good setting spray, because when I apply makeup I want it to really, really last. And I've seen this one like really heavily promoted, and it is the One Size Until Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. I just got the mini, which was £15. I wanted to obviously try it. It says it's waterproof, transfer proof, smudge proof, all day wear. So tomorrow let's try that on with a full face of makeup, because then I can give it a good go. I'm going to wear like a white t-shirt or something like that where foundation would potentially rub on it, so we can give it a really good trial. And then I got another one of the Refy Beauty brushes. I absolutely love Refy Beauty. I've got so many good products from there, and their brushes are just incredible. So at the moment I have two of these ones. So they are a stippling brush on one end and like sort of a blush brush, dense brush on the other end. They're so good, like for applying blusher, blending out bronzer. They're just fantastic for cream and powder products. So I had two of those, and I also have the complexion brush, which was a newer brush, which I use the top for foundation or skin tint, which is what I normally use, and the bottom just for smoothing out powder under my eyes. So I got another one of the complexion brushes because I wanted to use it. It's so soft and fluffy. I don't have any other fluffy brushes other than my sort of retractable one that I travel with, and I wanted to get one that was the right size for applying powder, like powder highlight. So brand new, which is so lovely. I've got like this lovely tapered fluffy brush on the one, which is just perfect for applying like foundation and stuff like that, and then the smaller one, which is perfect for powder and all those sorts of things. But I wanted to use this one for highlight. I have a little like palette from Hourglass, and the powders I can't get out very well. So this is the Hourglass palette, and because it's in this sort of palette format, the ones I use heavily are this one, which is the highlight shade, and that one, which is like a luminous powder, and I just find them quite difficult to get out. The blushes I tend not to use. This is my favourite blush in the palette. It's really pretty, and the bronzer is nice, but because I tend to use cream bronzers and cream blushes, I don't tend to reach for these that much. So once I've got down to these, I'd probably repurchase this highlight. These diffuse so nicely onto the skin, so that's why I wanted this brush. So if I swirl that in, the Hourglass powders, if you've never tried them, they are really, really stunning. They're like micro fine, the powder, so it doesn't feel like any weight on your skin, but it gives like a lit from within glow. It's very similar to Dior and Dior powders and products and stuff. They also give that kind of lit from within glow as well. So I thought I'd use that one to get that in. I've got a couple of parcels to open with you, and then I can also go in on the like powder shade and just like brush it over to again just add luminosity to the skin. My skin looks tired today and dehydrated, you can kind of see that. So where you get these lines here and here, it's just where you're sort of, obviously part of it is aging, but a lot of it is dehydration on the skin from like just not drinking enough water and stuff. So I definitely just step that up. I can see it actually from my pillow lines. You might not be able to see on camera, but you know when you get those indents sometimes from a pillow, for some reason I must have not slept on my satin pillowcase last night, but when you get those indents, it's generally just because your skin's dehydrated, so it's going to sink in and show more. When your skin's like nice and plump and hydrated, it doesn't show as much. But Uniqlo, I think I said like in a previous vlog, is fast becoming one of my favourite fashion brands. I've got some trousers on today, the black trousers, I'll show you. But I got another pair of the Heat Tech Warmest leggings because the other pair that I got, which was a recommendation from one of you guys, so thank you so much if it was you. I won't say your handle or your nick just in case you don't want me to, but these are the Ultra Warm Heat Tech, and this is the warmest of all Heat Tech innerwear. But I just wear them as leggings. They're so warm, like to the point where it actually got too hot, which is amazing. We've had minus temperatures in the UK, and these keep you snugly toasty. Don't add any bulk to your leg. They're super comfortable. I don't feel like they make you sweat or anything like that. It says they're like shape retaining, soft texture, stretchable, absorbent, permeable, retain heat, and they also capture the energy of water molecules emitted by the body to help keep you warm. So there's lots of like technology going on here, and they really, really work. And I've worn them in like -5 when we were taking the dogs for a walk, and my legs felt warm. So they're fantastic. So thank you for that recommendation, because these will be forever in my rotation of purchases now. So I've got 2 pairs, so when one's in the wash, I've got another one to wear if I need to. They're the washable rib knit trouser. In the description I'll pop what trousers they are or link to them if I can find them for you. But they're just a really soft rib material, super comfy. They've got a drawstring waist, which is like really stretchy, so they move with you. I think I said in a previous vlog, like over Christmas I wore, because I've got these in green, I wore them like all over Christmas. They're such a nice length. They come with the matching tops or cardigans depending on what you want. So I've got the green set, and I've washed it and everything, and it's just come out absolutely perfect. So soft, so comfortable. So I got the trousers the same as the black ones, and then the cardigan for the green. They do also have like a polo top, if you don't like cardigans and you'd rather have a top and you want like a matching set. But also you could just get the top or the trousers. The trousers, to be honest, are just so comfortable. Like you can wear them out, so they're smart enough, I think, to wear out if you wear like a nice long coat or something over them, or you know, if you're just doing something very casual. But for around the house, it just feels a bit more elevated and also like really soft and comfortable. And this is the black cardigan that goes with these, so I could have worn that today actually, but I wanted to wear something that was a bit tighter to my skin because it's quite cold today. And the cardigan with the V, I thought might not be warm enough because I've got to pop out later. But that's the matching one. I haven't even taken that off yet because I haven't even worn the cardigan. I've got that on with my Tala 365 loungewear t-shirt on, and then I'm going to wear like a long tailored coat over the top or something snuggly and warm when I go out later on. That's everything this morning. I'm going to crack on with the day, and then I'll catch up in the next clip with sausages. I've been leaving this Sticky Dates like miniature hand cream downstairs to use as my hand cream after like washing my hands down here, because it's the only thing that like makes them feel really truly moisturised, and the smell of it just makes me feel happy. I went into Lush on the weekend and there were some girls trying the sticky date stuff, and then they're like, oh, it's so sickly. So maybe it is really sickly and I just like sickly things. I think it's definitely an acquired sort of taste, but yeah, I love it. Also, in my last vlog, I went to a designer outlet in the West Midlands and they have a Le Creuset there, but I didn't show you what I picked up from Le Creuset. There was so much stuff I wanted from Le Creuset and my husband was like reining me in, saying we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that. So we only got one thing, which was this. So this is one of like their like little ramekin little bowls. I absolutely love the pink from Le Creuset. It's like my favourite thing. When we were growing up, my mum, she's really big into like branding and marketing. That was her speciality, and she has like written books on it and stuff like that, and she used to lecture at university. So this was like way before the days of social media or anything like that. But she used to love Le Creuset. She used to love anything branded, and we used to have so much Le Creuset in the house. Like, she's still got it now, and it's lasted like, you know, 30, 40 years. It's amazing. And she had the original colour, like that red, if you've ever seen it, that kind of tomato red, the original Le Creuset colour. But now they've got so many different colours. So before, when we've been to an outlet, we picked up these bowls, and they're all different colours. They're part of their Mediterranean range. So we just picked up the pink bowl to go with those. We always use these for things like dips, if we're having like fajitas or something and you want to put like yogurt or salsa or those sort of things. But we also use them to put our treats in, like our sweets and nuts and stuff like that. So yeah, I love these little bowls. That bowl was reduced to £6, I think, from around 12. Usually the stuff in there is around half price, 40% off half price in the outlet, but you can also buy Le Creuset in TK Maxx. So I don't know if I showed you guys these before, but these little mugs from Le Creuset were from TK Maxx, and I think they were around like the £10 mark, but they're normally 20, which is obviously ridiculous, isn't it, for a mug? But for a branded mug, they're so pretty, and they're perfect size for like cortado, flat white, that sort of thing. So we got 2 of those, and then also £10, and also from TK Maxx, I got this mug, which is the again, that lovely pink colour, and I use this for hot chocolate. It's like my favourite mug for hot chocolate. You can definitely, if you hunt around in there, get it probably for even less than outlet prices. And I need to cook up some sausages before I crack on with my working day and not start emptying the dishwasher. This is part of the problem, isn't it, from working from home? We don't have very much space in our little kitchen, so we have to move the air fryer like from one side of the room to the other. This is my air fryer. I've got the Ninja air fryer, and I'll just use one of the trays, and they have these grates in, so I'll just spray that with some Fry Light. It's such a little kitchen, but it's really well designed for storage and things. So I like using this one, which is the coconut Fry Light, and I'll literally just spray that just to cover the bottom of the sort of tray at the bottom of there. And then I'm just going to pop the sausages in, and I'll cook them for 15 minutes at 190. I definitely recommend trying these, obviously if you're not vegetarian or vegan, because they are really tasty. They've got mozzarella cheese, garlic, basil and seasoning in them, so they don't taste like a diet or low calorie thing. Do air fry 15. There we go. Hi guys. I feel like I'm in some kind of post-apocalyptic world where there's no power and we're hiding from something. But basically we have another power cut. The amount of power cuts we live in the little rural area of the world that we live is absolutely ridiculous. It's like living in a third world country. So I'm sat on the floor for some reason. About 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'm just feeding the dogs actually. Come here then. Basically about 2 o'clock this afternoon I was working, so I work from home, I was working on my laptop. The laptop just cut out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just thought it was like a blip or something. Then I realised the power had gone out again. And if you've seen any of my vlogs before, you know that this is not like a one-time thing. This is quite a common thing here, and we've had, I can't even remember the amount of power cuts we've had this winter. I had to go to the hospital this afternoon, so I ended up just getting a taxi to the hospital, did my hospital appointment, knew the power wasn't still coming on because I had a text then from the electricity grid that supply this area to say that they expected to be back on at 8 o'clock tonight. So my husband picked me up on the way back from his work, and we got a McDonald's on the way home. We've got home, obviously just sat in the dark and freezing cold, but we have got the hob. Well, if we've got a gas hob, so we've put that on for some warmth. Obviously you've put a few candles on for some light, and I've got a torch. And I had my McDonald's, so I drank my milkshake on the way here, so I wasn't hungry by the time I got back, but I still managed to shovel it in. A 3-piece chicken select meal and side of the 5-piece chicken select meal, and we heated it up on our hob. I'll show you the setup. You can eat your dinner yourself now, Rocky. I heated up because by the time we got home it was cold because it's quite far from where we were to home. So I heated it up in these pans. So I put that ring on and the other ring on, and we're just boiling some water so that we can put that in a hot water bottle, because it's currently minus something, the weather.
It's -1 at the moment.
So yeah, it's really like, it's too cold to not have heat and the heating on, so I'm just in my coat and everything, but we'll get the hot water bottle on, boiling that water. We were able to reheat the food on the gas hob, which is really good. And yeah, I enjoyed McDonald's. I'm a bit full, and I also got this. So every cloud and all that. It's the Terry's chocolate orange pie, which I never got to try. It's like a festive thing. I get to try it now, so later on I'll have that. I'm not so full. And we also got 2 mini McFlurries, the Milky Way ones. Did you want yours?
When we go through, I think.
Through to the dark lounge. Yeah.
Yes, we're hanging out.
So we got Milky Way, mini Milky Way McFlurries, which sound really good. You know what I absolutely hate is burning expensive candles for like, but because it's like literally like burning money. But last time this happened, in fact every time this has happened, I've said, oh, I'll get some really cheap candles and burn them, and we have got these left over from Christmas, like the B&M ones, but we don't have any like big
I'm gonna go grab your hot water bottle.
Thank you, cheap candles. So hopefully we'll get this water, we'll get this hot water put in the hot water bottle, which will be something. I always like don't really like a gas hob because of safety, but I can't have an induction hob because of my pacemaker, and electric hobs I don't think are very good. But in this circumstance I'm very grateful for having a gas hob, so everything happens for a reason. But hopefully this comes on again at 8, because I'd really love to have like a bath or something tonight, but it might not happen just 'cause I'm feeling really chilly and cold. The camera's probably all over the place on this camera because of the lighting. It's probably like the contrast is really weird, so apologies about that. But I thought I would check in with you because I know that a couple of times I've checked in with you and we've been in the middle of a power cut, so it seems like quite a regular occurrence. Simon's eating my treats.
I'm just trying them again.
The ones I showed you earlier from Ocado, they're the dark chocolate covered mango. They're really, really nice. Dogs are just down here. They had, well, they stole a couple of chips and a bit of my chicken selects. Now they're having their dinner. Honey was actually sick today. She was on our bed and she was sick quite a lot. So hopefully she's okay. She seems okay now. Yeah. The things that I don't like as well, worrying wise on a power cut, are all the food going spoiled and stuff, because obviously just in a food shop, and like the warmth in the winter, because we were saying in the car on the way back that in the summer it's not so bad because it stays light until really like well into the evening, and obviously it's warmer, like you don't need to have the heating on and so on. But in the depths of winter in the UK, not having power, like really, you really feel it, unless you have like a log fire or something that you could use for heat. I don't really know how much like a backup generator or anything like that would be, or what it would be, because also we don't get internet here when the power goes. We only have 3G. That's how rural it is. But anyway, I will check in with you again later, probably when I'm trying the pudding.
into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see somehow.
It's actually amazing how much heat the stove gives off.
It is actually.
Thank you. Water bottle's filled. I'm going to try this pie now.
Nice.
It's very orangey.
Is
And
it?
it's kind of got like chocolate creamy stuff in the middle, but it tastes... Do you want to try some?
What is it? Is it a apple
not
pie,
apple,
but
darling.
an orange pie?
No, Simon doesn't like fruit pies.
Matcha.
I'll do the taste test of the melted ice cream. What do you think? Not your thing?
What tastes funny?
I think it tastes quite nice, but nowhere near as nice as an apple pie. This is the Milky Way McFlurry. It's got Milky Way stars on it.
Right, should we go through, kids?
That's lovely.
Nice.
It tastes just like a Milky Way. You know how the Milky Way filling is like kind of fudgy? It tastes like that's been swirled all through it. Plus you've got like the chocolate stars on top. Definitely recommend that. I love the fact McDonald's do the little mini McFlurries now because they're a lot more manageable. Especially because I'm such a milkshake person. I always have to have a milkshake and then get really full. Does anyone else have a milkshake and ice cream? Or is that just me being gluttonous? Right, I'm going to go and snuggle down in the lounge now until power comes back on, hopefully in about an hour and a half. Good morning, guys. Oh, what a night, as they say, because yeah, with power came on last night about 9 o'clock at night, and the hot water bottle really helped. So if you get power cuts and you have a gas hob so you're able to still heat up water and you've got a hot water bottle, I would definitely recommend doing that because that helped to make things slightly less cold. Obviously it's still like cold in the air and the atmosphere, but it was a lot more bearable. And then because I'd like got quite cold by that point, I put it in the bed before we went to bed and it like just warmed up the bed and everything, so that was good. Didn't get to sleep till about 1. I just think it was kind of playing on my mind and stuff. I think it sounds a bit dramatic because this is just a power cut and it came back on, but since we've been in this house we've had like so many power cuts that it's become like quite upsetting in some ways, because also I have like medical equipment. I think I've mentioned before in a previous vlog, but so if it got too long then that would mean to have to go to hospital and stuff, and obviously there's lots of older vulnerable people and just vulnerable people around our village, so you know, it's of concern that this is happening so frequently. And with my condition I get such poor circulation, so the cold, just checking the boiler pressure, still a bit on the high side. Yeah, I've had issues with that as well. The cold just affects me so badly, so it's hard to get warm last night, but it's okay, we're okay. It's back on, things are fine again. I've had my tea this morning in my thermos, which I mentioned in a vlog before. My husband makes this for me when he leaves for work at 5 in the morning. It stays warm for a good couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours, the tea, if you make it in one of these. This is from the brand Contigo, and we got it in Asda, but I'll link something similar if you're looking for something like this, but you can get lots of thermal things. I've got one from Stanley which I got from Selfridges, which I'll show you when we go back upstairs, because that one is absolutely amazing and it's so light. It's got like a special technology on it. Doing a little bit of research last night actually, and I couldn't sleep last night researching matcha, but if you buy ceremonial grade matcha, that's where you don't get that grassy taste and it's just delicious. So I'm also going to get the plain one, and I'm going to try that with like some vanilla syrup or maybe some white chocolate syrup because they have that. But apparently I've never been, because we don't have anything like that near here, but there's a coffee shop called Blank Street, and they do like a blueberry matcha, ice matcha, which is supposed to be absolutely delicious. And I found online the blueberry syrup that they use, and they use this matcha. So I thought if I get that and this matcha, I can have a go at recreating it myself. It's a little bit cold for iced coffees at the moment, but it won't be come springtime. I'm not finding that matcha wakes me up, and I don't know whether that's just because I'm feeling super overtired or what it is really, but I just don't feel, you know how caffeine gives you like an instant perk? I just don't feel like matcha does that for me at this point. I'm going to keep going with it because it's supposed to be much better for you and it's got other health benefits, not just keeping you awake. I'm also going to take one of these this morning. So this is the Ginger Defense cold pressed dosing shots, apple and ginger. These are from Marks and Spencer's. You can get them in Aldi, other places. M&S are the nicest ones I've tried. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that in a glass, give it a shake and do a dose of that, because it really helps. Well, it tastes lovely, and it also is supposed to help with your immunity. Cheers. Or it burns. Yeah, immunity, digestion, that sort of thing. Okay, so we have our coffee. It's my little Le Creuset mug I got from TK Maxx. Proper frosted over. I do love a frosty morning. I switched on the camera as well because I wanted to show you the setting spray that I picked up from Sephora. I'm going to try that this morning. So what I'm going to do, I thought the best way to do it was to put on like a skin tint as part of my makeup, and then do the setting spray, and then put a white t-shirt on that's going to rub against like my neck and stuff, and just really put it to the test, because if it gets makeup on it I can wash it off. But let's see if it actually works. Oh, good morning. Good morning, sweetheart. That's it, do a beautiful little arabesque. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? You just get that camera out my face. I'm resting. I'm resting. Oh, hello. Didn't realise you were in the actual bed. You know you're not supposed to be in the actual bed. Do you know what your dad would think about that? We'll let him off because it was so cold last night. To be honest, he must have come in the early hours of the morning because I didn't even realise that he was in the bed. I'm going to get ready for work and carry on with all that sort of stuff, and then I'll check in again later and we'll see how the setting spray is doing as well. Hi guys. Just taking a little break from work, and I curled my hair. I usually shower in the morning, wash it, dry it off with my hot brush, which I'm using at the moment, and then later on in the day, what's that beeping noise? Later on in the day, I will then curl it. And what I did today is put some root lift spray as well, the one that I was telling you about before. This one from Colour Wow, because that really does help to give it some volume. So now it's curled, I'm just going to brush it out with a comb. So I've done quite sort of tight ringlets. So when I brush it out, it should look quite nice and like soft and wavy. And then I will run some hair oil through it. So I'm going to use my large comb that I got for Christmas from Danielle Creations. This was from New Look. Anyway, my husband got it for me as like a stocking filler. And this morning I put that, what do you call it, setting spray on, which is this one. It's called On Till Dawn. And it mattified my makeup, but I think it did a bit too much of a good job at mattifying my makeup, which is great if you want that, but I actually prefer like a bit of a glow, and I just feel like this has taken that away a bit. But if you suffer from really oily skin, I say suffer, it's great to have oily skin because it keeps it looking younger, but it will really mattify it. So very, very impressive. I put a white t-shirt on. I mean, it's not rubbing against it constantly, but if I just go like that, you still get a bit of transfer. So it's not 100%, but at the same time, touching my face and stuff, my makeup is not coming off. Feels pretty solid on there. So yeah, pretty impressive. It's also like a mini, so it's perfect for travel. I'm going away towards the end of the month, so I'll take that one with me. But I'm just going to brush out these curls. So I'm going to start at the bottom and then just brush them up, and then it will just create like a nice loose wave. And then I need to go and get one of my dogs up, because she's decided that the fluffy blanket that we had on our bed last night is now her bed on our bed, and hasn't moved from there. She hasn't like eaten her breakfast or anything, so I'm going to go and get her up in a second. You probably think I'm obsessed with my hair. I kind of am, because it's a little bit of a battle for me with my like thinning hair and hair loss and just generally. So I'm always sort of looking for new ways to try and make it look as nice as possible. And if you've ever had hair extensions before, it's not a wash and go game. It is something that you need to take more time with in terms of like styling and so on. But if you get it right and you do the steps right, then it will last you a week. I only tend to wash my hair once to twice a week, and the style and everything will hold. So I'm just going to pop some oil through that. I'm going to go in with the Sebastian Professional Dark Hair Oil, because that really is such a nice thick texture. You need one pump and it makes it so glossy. Just going to run that under and then over. I usually take the dogs out a little bit later on, just because it's a little bit quieter and they're not too good with other dogs. So I like it to try and be as quiet as possible when I take them for a walk, so they're not getting too stressed. To be honest with you, it's Rocky more than Honey. Honey is more scared of other dogs, but Rocky is more chopsy. So Honey won't really do anything if she sees another dog. Generally, it's Rocky who'll kind of like stick up for her and warn them off her, and it's fine. But you do get the odd sort of snide comment from people, because they're like, oh, that dog's so yappy and stuff like that. And I feel little dogs are generally a little bit yappier. I think that's like quite common, and Chihuahuas definitely have a bit of small dog syndrome. And Rocky, I'll show you my Rocky in a second, feels the need to protect me and Honey. Perfume of the day is going to be Chanel Coco, the Eau de Toilette. But he feels the need to, kind of overcompensate when it's me and Honey, because when I'm with my husband, Rocky doesn't bark, and generally, sometimes he will, but for the most part, he doesn't bark at all. And if my husband takes Rocky out, not a peep out of him. The other strange thing is, if it's just me, my husband and Rocky together, so for example, if Honey's at the groomers and it's just us three, then he won't bark either. So it's something to do with me and Honey together that makes him feel like he needs to overcompensate. I'm not a dog psychologist or anything, but that feels like my interpretation of it. And I think it's a bit unfair when people say things. I don't say things behind a closed door, but I obviously walk past people and they're like, oh, your dog's so yappy, and I feel it's a little bit rude. If someone else's dog was yapping at me, I wouldn't ever say, oh, your dog's yappy. Like, I just feel like that's just rude. But he is a bit yappy, but I just no need to say it, is there? Like, I'm obviously, like, I have ears, so I can hear my dog yapping. Maybe they think I should take him to dog training or something, but I've honestly, these dogs, I have treated them all the same. In my time as a dog mum, I've had 5 Chihuahuas, and 4 out of the 5 haven't been yappy. It's just Rocky, so take from that, I don't know what you will. I've treated them all exactly the same. Interesting, actually, my mum has one of my dogs who, they haven't passed away. They actually, my mum adopted him. I mean, she's his granny, so she took him on, because my other dog, more than my other dogs, Chihuahuas who's now passed away, she was like being really nasty to him. She was dominating him and pinning him to the floor. She wasn't doing it to any of the others. It was really odd behaviour. So we were thinking, what should we do, like dog training and all these different things. And then eventually it was a case of, we're going to have to rehome him because he's so distressed by the situation. And then my mum just said, why don't I have him? She adores the dogs anyway. and so she has him, so we still get to see him, we still get to get updates on him like every day. Like my mum will send me like WhatsApp messages and stuff, so it's just a perfect situation. And yeah, he's kept within the family and he's happy, and he was very much a on his own dog anyway. I feel that he wanted just to be the centre of attention and wasn't bothered about being part of a pack, whereas the others are definitely pack dogs. You've come out of bed now. Oh, I see. Decided to wake up. Should we go for a walk in a bit? Mummy's got to take some headache tablets. She's got a horrible headache. Should we see what the other one's doing? Where is he? Rocky, we've just been talking about you. Honestly, this dog could sleep for England. You just love to sleep, don't you, my little sweetheart? Yes, you do. Yes. Should we put you like that? He likes to burrow, so he likes to make sure that he's completely covered by the blanket and like under the sheets and stuff, rather than sit on top of it. Because like Honey would just sit on top of things, whereas Rocky definitely likes to burrow. But yeah, as soon as you start stroking her, she's on her back because she wants her belly rubbed. Hello, darling. Hello, my sweetheart. Oh, you're just so adorable. You're just so cute. What's your little foot doing there? How did your foot get all the way up there? I'm excited tonight because the Traitors is on. It's Wednesday. Is anyone else watching the Traitors? I just find it so good and so fascinating. I always think like, oh, would I be any good on the Traitors? I think everyone thinks that, don't they? Like if you've watched it, I won't spoil it, but essentially it's a game show, and you'll see from like the preface, if you do watch it, the trailer, but it's kind of like a game show as to win money, but you're either like a traitor or a faithful. So within this big group of people who've been selected, you don't know who is a traitor and not, and that the aim of the game is to find out who the traitors are and banish them out of the game so that you win the money as a faithful, because if any traitors are left at the end of the game, they take the whole prize fund. It's not split between whoever's left. So yeah, that's probably not very well explained, but if you have a look, it's on BBC iPlayer. If you like kind of like on your seat, on the edge of your seat kind of game shows, like reality shows, that sort of thing, like psychological kind of games, this is very, very good. We're on season 3 now. There's already been 2 seasons, but yeah, absolutely love it. Like can't wait for it to come on. Wanted to kind of wait for all the episodes to have been done and then binge watch it, but I was worried then, you know, like because then I would know who had won and then it would ruin it. So yeah, better watching it. I think it's on Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, but so good. Let me know if you also like the Traitors. I think it's like a very popular show. Show you this bottle, wasn't I? So this I got from Selfridges, but you can get them on Amazon. They're the Stanley brand, but it's just a water bottle. But the thing is with this, it keeps your drink cold for 6 hours or 5 hours, and it's the same for hot. I think you can have a little look. I'll leave a link for this cup, but it's so good. So I like to take water on the go with me, but often that can feel like if you take like a metal bottle that keeps things cold, it can be heavy in your bag. But this is made from aerolite technology, it's called, and so it's just so lightweight, so you've just got the weight of the water, which is a bit of a game changer for me. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this bottle, taking this out and about with me since I got it, because I've got the fresh cold water but without the added weight. This is the hot brush I've been using as well. It's from Mermaid Hair. When I tried to link it for you guys, another vlog, I couldn't find this anymore. I'm not sure whether they don't still do it, but they do something really similar on Amazon. I think at the end of the day, a hot brush is a hot brush, isn't it? It's just a brush that's blowing hot air for you to style it, so it shouldn't matter too much which one you get, whether it's like £20 or £100. So I'll link the one that I linked before, which was the one that was around £20 on Amazon. I've had these hair straighteners for like, I don't even know, I think it's nearly 10 years. I'm pretty sure I got them in like 2016. So that is a long time, isn't it? And they're the Cloud9 original ceramic hair straightener. They're just so good. I haven't needed to get anything else. And I always like straighten or curl my hair to get like these kind of waves. I haven't got a Dyson Airwrap or a shark flex style or any of those type of things. I've thought about it in the past, but I'm not sure whether it would, how well it holds the curls, and I don't feel comfortable spending like £500 on a hair tool. Not when I can get the look with a straightener, and I already have straighteners. This is my big Stanley. I've showed these before in vlogs, so this is the large one. I think this is 1.18 litres, and I usually have 2 to 3 of these a day, but I do have a condition which means I need to drink a lot more. They're really good for helping you drink water. The Stanley brand is really excellent and very, very good quality, but you can get dupes of these type of cups, so you can get the same concept. I don't know how long they'll last and things. In fact I've had dupes and stuff in the past, and after a while like the paint started to go and the sealer started to go, so sometimes I do think it's a slightly false economy, because the dupes are around £20, something like that, and the actual Stanleys I think are 45, so they're double the price, but I would imagine that they would last quite a lot longer. Good evening guys, I finished work. I am finishing at 4. I sort of have some flexibility in my hours, so at the moment I'm doing 8 till 4, which is really, really nice. So I am going to just sort of unwind for the evening and everything now, but I really wanted to show you this candle that I bought from Zara, because by the time this vlog goes live I will have already shown my Zara video, and in that video I showed a salted caramel candle that was kind of like wrapped in really pretty packaging. If I can find the clip I'll pop it on the screen. I thought I would save it till next Christmas, but then changed my mind and thought I would burn it, and I'm so glad I did. So this is the candle. It's quite a nice sort of ambience on my dresser table here, but basically I've put it in this little dish from H&M, like a candle plate. It's just a pillar candle, but I popped it in there and I think it looks quite nice. The smell of this is like rich caramel. It is so gorgeous, such a lovely smell payoff without it being overpowering. So I think I will get another one of those, and they are currently in the sale as well, so it's, yeah, a little sort of treat to myself really, although I am supposed to be saving, but one candle won't hurt, will it? In my video that I did about what I got for Christmas, I forgot to show one of the presents, which was this calendar. I got this from my husband. It's like a Chihuahua, just a normal calendar, but oh, the dogs in this are so cute. If we ever had another puppy, then we would get a short-haired brown boy. And I don't really know, like, we've always kind of loved the brown Chihuahuas, and very sadly we had a bit of a tragedy with one of our dogs that we had, who was brown, and it was so beautiful. So yeah, we probably have a brown short-haired boy. The boys I find are just so different to the girls. If you've had a Chihuahua or you have Chihuahuas, you'll probably maybe know this, but the boys are a lot more sort of soppy and loving and clingy. I think the girls are a little bit more independent, sassy. I love the fact like the boys are just so clingy. Yeah. Did we have to carry you all the way home on our walk today? Someone didn't want to walk because it was too cold, wasn't it? Just wanted to be in my coat, didn't you? So I put him inside my puffer jacket, and then he just sits there and he just has a little walk, but not actually walking. Honey likes to walk, but he sometimes just gets so cold. I love you. I do. I do. Yeah. If you're wondering why his tongue's like that, it's because he's lost most of his teeth. So he hasn't got most of his teeth. He's had 24 teeth removed, and the rest we might just let drop out, depending on what the vet says, because I don't want him to go through like a sedation or anaesthetic unnecessarily, and he's getting older now. But yeah, that's why he sort of doesn't have enough teeth to keep his tongue in his mouth. That's one of the things with little dogs, just to bet, if you ever think about getting a little dog, particularly Chihuahuas, they're notorious for dental problems, and dental treatment for dogs is very expensive. I'm talking sort of like £500 to £1,000 a time. It's a lot, so it's important if you can to try and keep their teeth like as clean as possible. There's different things you can do. Obviously you can brush the teeth, use like these little seaweed granular things that you can put on their food. You can put stuff in their water. My dogs wouldn't let me brush their teeth. Like they would not entertain that at all. But yeah, there's little things you can do, but I'm not sure if it makes like a huge amount of difference. I mean, it will make a bit of difference. It's like humans, obviously, if you don't clean your teeth, but they are just prone to dental problems. So that is just something to sort of expect and factor in. But I think every breed has its kind of, I don't want to say flaw, but they have their kind of like health problems that are specific to that breed. That being said, Chihuahuas aren't prone to necessarily like cancers, whereas some dogs are, and honeyhead cancer and stuff. So, you know, it is a lot of it's luck of the draw. I'm going to do another order on H&M soon so that I can have a look through, because I've got some really fabulous stuff coming through this season. And I will do a haul for you guys. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do a H&M haul like on the 1st of every month, or around the 1st of the month, so that you can see kind of like generally what's new in. The only kind of issue with H&M is they do tend to like drop like multiple times a month, and it just wouldn't be sensible to be doing multiple hauls a month, like from a financial point of view, for you guys having time to watch that many haul videos, and also just from like an environmental perspective, like that many deliveries. So I think that one a month would be good. Obviously I have got like a lot of fashion content on my channel, and that is kind of one of my niches, I suppose. So I really do want to show you guys what's new in the shops, but within reason, because for the reasons I mentioned. But yeah, so I've done one on Zara, H&M, obviously done a couple of H&M. I was thinking about maybe doing Marks and Spencer's. I'm going to do Halara because I've got some beautiful pieces sent from Halara. Are there any other clothing brands that you guys would like to see, sort of in terms of like from a haul? When I do a haul, I'll choose pieces that I want to buy, so that it is reflective of like my style, and generally pieces that mix and match and stuff like that. And I also like to have a little browse on the sale if they've got a sale going on. But yeah, just let me know if there's any sort of clothing bits that you guys would like to see, clothing stores that you guys would like to see on my channel for like dedicated hauls, and what your sort of favourite content is as well. It's just interesting for me to sort of know where to focus my attention and things like that.